Let me open this up. Then we get better light from the sun. Let's see. There we go. Let the sun shine on me. Good afternoon, good morning, beautiful ladies, wonderful gents. Good morning or good evening, however you are viewing this. It's a lovely cloudy day out here on this Juneteenth week, the first day of summer. We are at June 21st. We on June 21st, and I went live because I was just scrolling through the YouTube guide, and I don't have a lot of things that pop up on my stuff, so I have repetitious stuff. But I seen an E&J joint that just popped up, so I said, let me check that out. And I heard the other day that Umar got pulled over. I forgot what I seen on, but I didn't really watch. I said, he got pulled over. Okay. So then I seen what they said, he got pulled over on Juneteenth. And I looked at the comments and I looked at what people were saying. And let's take Umar out of the conversation. Let's just say you or I got pulled over on Juneteenth at a festival, right? How would you feel? So I was, I'm trapping on Juneteenth, so I had something to do in Philly. I had a couple events to do in New York, so I was already in New York, so I banged out the New York joint, right? And I was in Queens, my hometown, and when I pulled up to the block, we was having at Roy Wilkins Park, and so when I pulled up, I was like, "Yo, why is so many cops out here and troops?" And yo, what the heck? Why they got all these police uh tow trucks? Like, what's going on? Like, this, once you pulling up to the block itself, it makes you not feel like it's a Juneteenth event. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's something for you, you can be walking down the blocks for blocks and just be feeling the energy and vibe. But as you just looking, you're like, yo, what the hell is this? It looked like a police port. So I was privileged to be able to find parking though right in front. So I parked right in front, went inside. I met this gentleman before I went inside, and he was carrying some stuff. So I was talking to him and helping him carry stuff in. And I'm scouting that whole stuff out. We talk, and then I bring him to his spot. He told me I can get a spot right next to him. So I go get my cart. I bring my cart in, park there, and then some female approached me, and she was she's the project manager of it, and she's this, that, and other. Well, I said, the gentleman said I can post up right there. She like, who? Her energy was so negative. I just felt it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, oh Lord, here we go. I mean, I just really got there and put my stuff there. I really just got there. And so I was like, here we go. But that's how my day went. I'm on a pause right there because I want to rewind to the police. And then I'm gonna pick up later in this thing about that situation for Juneteenth and what we have gatekeepers in position. And the funniest thing is today I met her father. Like I said, it's a small world, and who I am, I'm a different being. I'll be in the streets all over the place. I met the same coordinator of that event's father. God is good. God is good. His daughter was in the motion to, like I said, I'm gonna get back to that. But he spent some money with me today, early this morning. I seen him this morning, today. I met him today. Met him around 10, around 10 o'clock. So, like I say, folks, what it is what it is. God has his soldiers out here, and I believe that I'm purposely placed to be one of the soldiers. If I am not already a soldier, I already know I am, because all I wanted to be was a soldier. Soldier. All I really wanted to be was a soldier, and I ain't talking about for no military war of the government. You feel me? So let's go back to what I just said: being the military soldier and being the revolutionary soldier for this the spiritual war that we are faced with. We are faced with a spiritual war that we must understand and understand that is bigger than ourselves as people, purpose people to just make a good living. So in Juneteenth, a day of revolution, a day that we got freedom. Now we're gonna break that down too, folks. I'm going to get into that freedom part. because I was out there in the park representing freedom. I'm asking you, what did you do for your day, Juneteenth? But for a day that represents freedom, revolution, we had so much police presence on our day. And it was very insulting and disturbing to have them so involved, like saying they are still here, do anything out of line, we done to you. Hold on. You bouncing? Okay. So my whole situation is, how do we as a people get a day like Martin Luther King Day? How are we as a people get a day like Juneteenth, Black History Month? And we as a people still sit back and clown when a black man, and I don't give a flying F if it's Umar Johnson at this point right now, because when I pulled up to my event in Roy Wilkins Park, I was very, very emotionally tight. And then at the very end, it was two women. They was walking. They asked me about the event. They just saw me. They just asked me a question. I said, you know what, miss? I felt the same way. And then we just started talking. I said, you know what? I know some of the people who's running this thing. Let's go to the stage. And so we went to the stage and went behind the scenes to see who we could complain to, that this Juneteenth event was not what we expected and what we needed and wanted. And so for me, going through this whole saga of like feeling like we have no control even on the day that's our day. There was so many white cops out there. At least he saw about the black cops in Virginia. At least they gave them black cops, Umar. They gave the Virginia people some black cops. I salute them on that shit. But they ain't give us the black cops. Like when I be in Indian neighborhoods, Bangladesh people neighborhoods, stuff like that, they have events, they have their people as their officers in their community. Same as Jewish people. When we have our events, we don't have black officers. We have mainly, unless it's a police orchestrated event, then you see all the black cops out there. But if it's just a regular event that's staged by us, we don't never have like a cast of like majority of black folks as officers. So at least Virginia had the black house. I don't want to say house niggas, but I will say the black cops out there patrolling the area. But when you just look at the whole point of police presence and police presence on days that it's our days, it's just not fair. And I want you all to understand that it's important for us to stand up and fight this. It's revolution time. So when I say Juneteenth, what did you do for Juneteenth? And what do Juneteenth means to you? And I mean that with all my energy. You know what I'm saying? What did you do for Juneteenth? What did you do for Juneteenth? I'm in the hood of Queens. I'm in my hometown. You know what I'm saying? See, as opposed to Philly streets, you see my streets. See my neighborhood streets. That's what I be trying to tell you. The cats in Philly, they gotta respect those shit. You know what I'm saying? They just litter. I mean, everybody litter. Don't get nothing twisted. And these New York motherfuckers, they litter so bad, it's horrible. But the value out here and the respect out here is different. So when you look at my neighborhood, and you look at the streets, you see that people value their community. What do Juneteenth mean to you? We get free. Okay, Philly, this is for Philly and all those cities out there that don't value their community. It don't mean that you get free to break food, to be like, I'm free, I'm loose, I can do what the fuck I want, I can act up. Especially when you was good as fuck on the plantation. Every time Negroes be on plantation, they always doing the work on plantation, they always at their job. They can go 10, 15 years on the job. They can retire on the job doing right. But they can never do 10, 15, 20 years of doing work in the community and retire doing that right. It's because you are a slave mentally. Your mentality is a slave. Your mental thinking is a slave. You can do anything for that paycheck and that slave master, but you can't even take care of your communities. And so Juneteenth means raise up, uplift your communities, folks. It means that don't sell out your community. Don't let your community be gentrified to a point where you don't even know it was a black community. You make sure that this community is saved. That's what you do. Juneteenth is much bigger than what most people think. So Umar Johnson was pulled over on Juneteenth. And most people are going to try and use that for commentary to really joke. But I really take that as Umar Johnson's calling sign to realize that he's not really doing the work, and God is still wanting him to do more work. That's why he was touched by the system. You understand what I'm saying? He was touched by the system for a reason, and I know that because every time I be touched by season when I know I'm not doing the work I need to be doing at the max. There's a maximum level that we as men who're supposed to be doing this work. And when you're not doing that work at that maximum, that's when you hurt yourself. Now check this out, people. I don't know how many minutes I'm in on this live. About maybe, I'm 11 minutes on this live. And I have nobody in my chat. I don't know how many views I would have by Friday on this live. And I know I just did a pop-up live. I'll be doing pop-up lives like people be doing pop-up shops. But the reason why I did this pop-up live is because I really don't want too many people to go out there and start clowning the situation without truly understanding that we must rectify that situation. There's no way in life we as a black community should be having police presence on our times and days that we are really doing. Now I'm gonna go back on what I said, but just hear what I'm saying. Should be having police presence on the days that we are doing our events, such as a Juneteenth. If we're doing a Martin Luther King event, if we're doing a Malcolm X event, we don't need police presence at that scene intimidating you. What we do need is community police that's out there who are part of the event, that's policing the event because they want the event to go strong, safe, and secure, and they want to make sure that we can do this annually. That's the type of police that we need out there. We don't need police out there. We just out here to make sure that everything's safe. Get the fuck out of here. Go patrol your fucking communities and make sure they're safe. We need people that's going to be at these events to making sure that these events are productive and making sure that the presence there makes everybody know, don't mess with this because we got these people back. Okay? So don't just put police out there just to be talked about. We want to make sure that that shit is safe. Eat a dick. Y'all don't ride with me. Make sure that you have the right police in our communities, especially on the days that we're doing events such as a Juneteenth event. That, like I said, I was totally insulted. So when I seen that Umar Johnson, it was a no-brainer for me just to tag team on that situation, folks. Yes, I'm gonna tap in with Umar. I'm gonna tap his hand. I'm gonna let him come to the side of the ring for this second, and I'm gonna tap in on this, folks. There's no way in life that we should be joking that situation. The nigga said he's the keynote mother effing speaker. If this nigga was the keynote speaker, he was supposed to have those people escort him in. They were supposed to politely escort him in and check this shit in some other manner. But doing it all in a way, treating him like that, they are fools. And for you guys to even say, well, that's how it goes. No, that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes because I be with a lot of keynote speakers at events. I've been to more events than you cats can even imagine. I'm Icy Don. And I'm telling you, folks, what happened to Umar Johnson was atrocity. And I'm telling you, real talk, real talk, real talk. Oh, Icy Don is going to be a consultant. Okay, I'm now leaving myself a consultant. So as I put this out there, trust me when I tell you that this must be done. Umar Johnson must take this situation and ride that shit to the grave because I'm taking his ass to court. So you might as well take them to court to save yourself and back from what's about to happen with me and you going to court. So we going to court next, like in 2 weeks. You dig? We going to court in 2 weeks. So I'm telling you that you need to get your little constituents all together You need to get your freaking people all together and rally around that whole situation, because that was a total disrespect. And I'm telling you, folks, that's not me capping for the nigga. That's me being fucking frustrated that every time we do something, we always have these freaking people always feeling that they need to be part of our shit. And we can say, well, that means that's because we don't know how to act. Well, then that's embarrassing. Don't say that. We don't know how to act. It's not that we don't know how to act. We don't know how to act as grown men and women, meaning that we are taking more control. Don't blame it on the problem. Blame it on people who's not solving the problem. We don't know how to act as grown men and women and make sure that we secure our shit ourselves, where we don't need that intervention. We know what history brings with that type of intervention. That type of intervention brings trouble. That type of intervention brings someone getting frustrated. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. If that was me, I probably would have got in trouble because, you know me, I drive dirty. But maybe I would have got the situation most likely because, you know what I'm saying, I would have got the situation. But if that was me, I would have more complaints. I'll be stronger on my complaints. Now, we don't know what he said off camera. We don't know how he responded to them off camera before he got to his camera. So we're not going to discredit him on his gangster. But I'm going to tell you like this. Look, I'm telling you like this. If I was straight and my car was legit and it was no marijuana, there was no drugs, no nothing, I'm a keynote speaker. No, my camera's on. I'm doing my video right there on with these motherfuckers. So when I say, is he revolutionary enough? Can he really lead? No, he can't. He's puss. He's corn. He's soft. He's a Powerpuff boy. But if he uses his big old head and think, he can run with the situation and get the props that he deserves right now. Right now is the time for him to get the props he deserves. There's nothing else that he need to focus on. Fuck, your block party shut down, so now put 100% focus on the Virginia police and that being pulled over and not respected as a keynote speaker. And they need to apologize to you and, you know what I'm saying? And maybe invite you back down for a festival for you to speak. A festival for you. Like I say, use your fucking head. All that complaining shit, no, use your head. You got so much backing. If I had the backing that you had, nigga, I would fucking be a bomb. I'm talking about a bomb. A nuclear bomb. That if we dropped it and landed in Queens, you're gonna feel that shit in California. I'm talking about nuclear bomb. That's the type of bomb I am. If I had your fucking people behind. You are a fool. You get pulled over. Right now, organized rally. But in 5 days, we should be hearing about your rally and protest on that the Virginia police officer that pulled you over. And not just pulled you over, but touching your fucking drawers on Juneteenth. Touching your motherfucking underwear? Fuck wrong with this fucking clown? So going back to the chick who was in charge of the event. So she comes and she's, you know, talking to me, and the next thing she's telling me that I can't be there. And then as she's doing that, this big old sign come flying out of nowhere and smacked her right upside the head, like boom. And I said, see, that was God. Then it hit again, boom, on the side. It just kept wrapping around her until she grabbed it off her fucking head. It was going around the head like this, but it hit the head like boom. I'm trying to tell y'all folks, get the signs. It's time for you to get the signs. Understand signs. So as she get on her radio or whatever case may be, I'm telling her, well, it don't matter because I'm about to go to my next spot. I had a spot in Long Island I wanted to go check. And I really wanted to go to that one, went real bad because I knew I was going to be the only person out there with this ice. I really wanted to go see how they're getting down too in Long Island and see if they revolutionary out there. You feel me? Because I know how they are in Queens. I know it's corny. They real bougie out here in Queens. It's totally 100% bougie. Queens is the most bougiest borough in I'm gonna say in the country when it comes to having black folks in it. They are bougie. Everything they do is corny. It's like scriptural bouginess. No feeling, no oomph behind, no energy, no nothing. no culture. That's why I give respect to Philly, because they do have that. They do try to give that. I can't believe I'm about to start working now. It's about to rain. They do have that. But you have these wrong people put in place and put in power to do these things, and this is what happened. So she tried to stop me and prevent me from rocking. But what happened is, as I'm leaving the spot, you know what I'm saying? As I'm leaving the spot, I'm trying to let y'all see this cat. He just got up from the seat and walked into the middle of the street. But he's definitely psycho. I've seen him many times before. So as I leave, as I'm leaving the spot to go to, but I also remember I had to go to this church, my church. That's why I stayed out there to do the church. I haven't been there like a year and change. So, and this little girl seen me. She said, "Y'all," her mom said, "She just spoke about you last week." So, I said, "All right," She said, "Are you gonna come back?" I said, "I don't know." So, as I was about to go on Long Island, I said, "You know what? Stop by the church. They about to let out. Grab, see what you can do real quick, and then jet." So I pulled up to the church, and remember, this is right after this woman booted me out, and we had some words, and I said some words to her, and I'm exiting, but as I'm exiting, this dude, he stopped me in the middle of the field, and I said to him, "Yo, dude, man, don't say nothing," because he had a walkie-talkie in his hand, so I already knew he was with security. It's two big dudes, and so he was like, I was like, "Yo, dude, man, don't come to me unless you're trying to buy ice. I don't want to hear shit. She already pissed me off. I'm in a negative mood, not even negative mood. I'm in a bad mood. I don't hear nothing." So he said, "Come on, brother, we don't gotta be like that." So he changed the move. We gave that. We gave hugs. He told me, "Yo, pull the cart up, pull it right next to his spot, and that's that." So I said, "Yo, I'll be right back." So I went to the church. Yeah, so I'll be right back. You feel me? Yeah, that's how I get down. That's the love I get, and that's the energy I get. Even after barking at the so-called queen, as y'all always say, and probably being in the wrong, but not in the wrong, I get blessed with the ultimate, right? Because his tent was right there at the gate. So when you come in the gate, the first thing you see is me. So bound. Okay. So I go to the church, pull up, and nobody's buying this. It seemed like there's not too many people in there. And then here come the little girl. She come running out and say, "Yay!" And then I say, "You know what, miss? You my first customer." And to be honest, folks, she was my only customer there. She was my first and only customer. And after she left, I waited maybe like 10, 15 more minutes, and then I left. But she was so happy that I came back. She gave me $20 for icy. So I got $20 off the jump. So I was like, "Thank you, Lord." So when I pulled back up to the spot and I'm walking, dude said, "Yo, where you get that hat from?" This one I'm wearing right here. I said, "I sell them." And so, "Yo, I need one." I said, "I got it right now." So I said, "Let me go to the car." So as I go to the car, I can't find it. Because this girl the other day when I was buying me my sneakers, she said she wanted to buy one of the hats. And so I bought it for her, but I couldn't find it. So I'm like, damn it, I left it at the house. So I realized I left this hat at the house. So this is all going to relate back to Umar too, trust me. So as I go back to him and tell him, I don't have it, we exchange numbers and everything. And so I pull up in the park. Nah, this is what I did. I said, "You know what? While you get in the car, go get this hat." So I ran all the way to the house, got the hat, came back to the park, and the next sale I did wasn't even icy. It was a 10 ounce. It was not the 10. It was a 15 ounce hat. So I sold it to him for 15. You know what I'm saying? Should have did 20, but I sold it to him for 15. Okay, because it was just a love and respect. So I spread love, like my thing say. I knew he wanted it real bad, and so he was like, "You don't know you made my day. You don't." I said, "I do know I made my day, your day." You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but I do know because I went all the way out my way to do it. So I definitely know I made your day. That's love. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. So off the jump, before I even set up with my icy, I already had $30 in my pocket. So then once I set up, I made a quick 50 in 2 seconds before I can even get set up. So I was almost at $100. And so now I'm in the happy mode, in better mode. And I was next to a dude who was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He had this little stand where you can also shoot the basketball and you can get a prize. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my dude. And we're gonna hopefully we could connect to do some big things and not be hindered and stopped. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, it's about connecting with people with the right positive energy and not making them, like he saw me in a negative and he was able to bring my negative into a positive, and I was able to allow him to do so. A lot of times we gotta be able to allow other people to bring us back into the right zone that in wave that we need to be on, so we can really do the work that we got to do. So he was like, if you people, he said the ancestors, they better speak to me, because he wanted he just wanted to air and blast, and but like I said, ancestors control his tongue. So it's very important for us to know how to have our revolutionary emotions up, but also have our spiritual energy up as well, so it can balance us out, so we can get the right results. So like that was my day, and that was on Juneteenth. And like I said, it was very horrible because there was no culture behind it. It was just a little stage show. And then one of the pastors of the church I used to attend, he popped up in there. And this was a very surprise because he's 81 years of age. Him and his wife came to the park. They rarely come out to these events, but this is a Juneteenth event, right, folks? So they thought it was going to be one of those good events that they could come out to and maybe hear some jazz and hear some cultural stuff and hear a blueprint and plan. But yet and still, I'm like, why are you not coming out here with your congregation with a blueprint and plan on Juneteenth Day? So I don't let nobody just slide, okay, folks? Because he's been pastor for about 40 years. So I don't just let people slide. But yet and still, him and his wife came in there alone, no plan, just a plan to leave the state, leave the state and go somewhere else and live a life as like the work of doing God is done. But that's what people want to do. You know what I'm saying? They do the work, but they really do the work because the check is there. And once the check is not there, then to do the work is very, very hard. But that's why I'm chosen, because I know how to do the things with nothing and make something out of it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. All you purposeful people who's like me, it's time for us to rise up. Black man, rise, original rebel. So going back to the pastor. So the pastor, he's on deck, you know what I'm saying? He's there. And Ralph McDaniels is doing his thing on stage, with bringing out the artists and bringing down the same. He did the same thing last year at an event that he did for some event. It wasn't Juneteenth, but it was some event that we did in the park. He had the same stage performance this year. And it really was insulting because I know Ralph, actually, you know what I'm saying? And one of my phones that broke, I have Ralph's number. And if Ralph was to walk by right now and I poke my head out, Ralph would stop right now on his live and shout me out. But yeah, give me with a hug and all, know me out. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we know each other closely, but we just know each other because we be in the trenches. Ralph is somewhat in the trenches. Ralph is in the trenches right now, and he's trying to utilize the community in the way that Ralph was supposed to be doing 20 years ago. 25 years ago, Ralph was supposed to be utilizing the community to the highest level, where this community has no choice but to like move Ralph along. But right now, Ralph is trying to move himself along, which is totally backwards. So Ralph McDaniels, which like shout out to Ralph and Video Music Box and salute, and I pray to God that everything he's trying to do get accomplished, because that is the dude. I like him. Don't get nothing wrong with what I'm just saying. It's just that I'm just saying that we all get caught up. Like Umar, you get caught up. It's easy to get caught up and not really do the things you're totally supposed to do. Ralph McDaniels is a pioneer. He, to me, is one of the only people that did it ground up and really stayed grounded. But as he became a little mainstream, he lost the ground feel, and that ground feel that was supposed to be his. Ralph McDaniel is the underground. He was supposed to be in that underground movement. Period. Right now. Period. There's no reason why Ralph is in any type of struggle. And to all those artists out there, shame on you. Y'all better get out there, support Ralph, and make it happen. Like I say, Ralph is out there. Ralph is in the libraries. Ralph is doing some things. I know Ralph, what he's about, and I pray that it happens now, not later, now, because he deserves his flowers now. But my complaint is that he had, shout out to who we had out there on the stage, because they gave they did their thing, they gave their performance. But for me, for Juneteenth, we needed a different type of lineup, or a more or should I say, a more in-depth lineup. We could have got a lot of people on that roster on that stage for Juneteenth. And for the past to be out there and Keith Murray's on stage, talk about roll it, light it, roll the blunt, light the blunt. It was like, because I was there by myself, and just listening and everything, and just listening, and nobody was really saying it because they was really with the families of the adults and the seniors and stuff like that. So I'm sitting like, yo, Keith, man, take the shades off and see where you at, bro. Have the right music out there for this right here. Talk the right talk for this. You got the microphone. It's Juneteenth. This ain't no family day festival. This is a different type of venue. Come out there and be part of the venue. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. We don't have people who's really culturally inclined to really do the full detail that we need for this movement right here. They doing half-ass jobs. They just drawing lines. So Keith Murray's performing, and he's on some old other shit. And we all know that Keith is lit. And ain't talk about this smoky high. We talk about drunky drunk. Maybe he wasn't, but he definitely seemed it. Then you have my man Cheeks, and Cheeks always hold it down, do his thing, and keep the crowd going. Cheeks is definitely a party favorite, especially for celebration. It's definitely important for Cheeks, especially for Queens. Cheeks gotta rock out. But we could have had a couple of artists that really, really could have gave us a different type of flair, a different type of warrior flair for Juneteenth. We should try your best to get fucking Dead Prez. You know what I'm saying? I would have jumped out my seats when I was in the seats, but I would have jumped off my cart if Stickman and I forgot my other dude name, but if the Dead Prez was there, you know what I'm saying? I would have felt warrior up. I would have felt real warrior up. And if you would have got my man Tech and Still to roll out there, even though it was Queens, I don't know if Tech and Still was doing out in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Still. Daryl, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know what they was doing, if they had a festival, if they was somewhere in Cali, if they was somewhere in Florida, somewhere. But if they was available, I would like to even feel something there. Let's get it on. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to hear that warrior drums. Listen, folks, go check out Tech and Still, Smith and Wesson. Let's get it on and listen to the bass and the beats. Just listen to the beat. Just listen to the bass. Listen to the drum. Listen to the drum line. Listen to the drop. Let's get it on. Listen to that shit. That was warrior music, and that's where we at right now. You dig? So as I was sitting up in the park, you know what I'm saying, I got my energy back. I was losing it, but I got my energy back. And I was like, the world needs you, son. The world needs you. And the next Juneteenth event that we have for next year, if we not bombed up, if we still around, folks, which we should be, right? Right? The next Juneteenth event has to be the festival of the planet. Let's start planning now for Juneteenth. Let's make sure that we do not have police presence at our Juneteenth events worldwide. That's the ultimate goal, Umar. Your ultimate goal is to lead this right here. And you heard it first right here, folks. I'm not the complaining bitch. I'm the thinker, yo. Got my thinking cap on. I think. This is the game plan. Next Juneteenth, we planning now. We make sure that every festival that goes down for Juneteenth has no police presence, has our presence. We have we form right now. Our goals from now is just like I said for Black History Month, just like I say for Kwanzaa, and now I'm saying for Juneteenth, folks. If we plan now for June 19th, 2023, the next president will give us reparations. You heard it here. Umar Johnson, after we go to court, this is what I need us to do. Because you're hearing it here first. You're hearing the planning here first. After you apologize and give me my bread, I've been arrested way too many motherfucking times, and thank God that you felt that little heat. I think you say you never been arrested. I don't think that nigga ever been arrested. Heart was probably pounding. Called the nigga boss. You never hear me call the motherfucker boss. You never hear me call the motherfucking pigs boss. I'd be like, all right, yo. Thank you, officer. I appreciate you, officer. I love you, officer, but never boss. And I said those words. I said many times, I appreciate you, officer. Thank you, officer. I love you, officer. I said that many occasions because I encountered the cops many times. And I was able to go home many times. But no boss. But the game plan is it's not about no block party, my nigga. See that God is talking to you. It's bigger than a fucking block. It's bigger than a FD and motherfucking ER. It's bigger. I told you this damn near 10 years ago. I told you this. I told you this. I told you this. It's bigger than you. If I had that type of courage to put myself out there to be shot down, and I told you this, the way I knew you was gonna be shot the fuck down, I would have did it. But I have massive amount of courage, but I just don't have certain level of patience to deal with certain things. I'll be like, yo, pull up, um, let's go. Oh yeah, it's always on deck. Oh, see a little. We had to use something. Yeah, yes, folks. It's always warrior zone with me. So Umar, the game plan is fuck the FDMG Black Party Festival because that's not gonna happen. You're gonna focus on Juneteenth. Juneteenth. That's what you're gonna do, Umar Johnson. You're not gonna be sitting there complaining about boo hoo the cops hoo hoo. You're gonna take control, Umar. You need more revolutionary up your ass. You gotta step up your game of revolutionary. You don't have enough in you. You just have that shit. You got lip service. You don't have enough warrior mentality in you to stand up to do the next level shit. I got stitches on me from police. I got cuts on me from police. I got cuff marks from me from police from when I was in my teens. And that's not because I was a bad person, but that's because they knew who I was. The devil gonna know who you are. So I'm gonna help you, Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson's new leadership role is Juneteenth. Umar Johnson is the not the keynote speaker, but he's the what's the word I need? He big. It got to be bigger than chairperson of Juneteenth events and activities. That. Fuck your school. Fuck your school. That's what we gonna give you because God wants you to work, my dude. Juneteenth. Plan for that. Fundraise for that. And we ain't talking about for no one city. We talking about worldwide. And I'm right there because I'm the one who came up with it. You heard it first. But that's Umar Johnson's new job. The FDMG is a cancellation. That might be a port. That might be a portal. That might be a place that we utilize, but it's bigger than that. Juneteenth. If you don't want police presence at your Juneteenth events, Umar, if you want to pull up and you don't want to be nervous because you see police presence and feel some type of way because there's so much police presence, it's time to do something. Juneteenth is coming up. It's an annual thing, right, Umar? Do something about it. Because I was in New York City and I felt the same type of way, my nigga. I felt like, yo, why is there so much police out here? And that shit pissed me off. So, Umar, let's do something. Pay me my motherfucking money. Apologize. Let the people know. Use a fool. And let's tear a hole in June 19th. That's the focus, folks. Icy Dawn, Project Pick Me Up, Spread Love, June 19th. We will never have this shit again. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other complaints worldwide, citywide, about their June 19th event and how they felt. We need more culture in it. We need to see more organizing in it. We see, yo, they never know what to do with the youth. See, that's the sign for me to get ready to go. I'm about to get ready to go off this live soon. You know what I'm saying? But there's never young people from the age of from 10 to 18, no organizer outside myself. And I really mean that shit. Because I kid you not, you can get that group in. It's hard to get that age group in. I can get that age group in. That's why I know I'm chosen. That whole presence, it was mad tents out there, mad organizations out there, mad programs out there, mad, this, that, and shame on all of them. Every tent that was out there, except for the tent that my man was part of, that, you know, he came and saved the day, you know what I'm saying? Except for his, and maybe I give a couple others. But damn near every tent out there just never need to come out to another event ever again. Because their organization should have took that event, that platform. See, Roy Wilkins is a platform. If you know in May, if you know in April that Juneteenth is coming up, and you know that you're going to be part of that, your organization was supposed to be organizing that to the capacity. Like I really wanted to hop over the gate and take the stage. I spoke to my man, one of the people behind there, you know what I'm saying? I really wanted to get back there and hop over there and take the stage. And what I would have said was this: I need 50 to 100 people right now to go out there, out the gate, and bring 5 people in. I need 50 people right here, right now. I would to get on your phone right now and text 10 people, call 10 people, and tell them to come out here. I would use that platform way differently, because to me it wasn't enough people out there at all. So Umar Johnson, if you want anything in your life to really be successful, you take something that's real. See, FDMG is fictional right now. It's non-fictional. FDMG is in your mind. It's non-fictional. Or no, it's fictional. It's fictional. I always used to get that fucked up. It's fictional. It's all illusion in your mind. But Juneteenth is real. And as you caught a little bit of that heat of Juneteenth, stop running around the country on some bullshit. Handle your real business. Organize for Juneteenth citywide. You talk about you want to fuck with the politicians. My nigga. Juneteenth is the politicians. Juneteenth is the education system. Because Juneteenth represents freedom. And when you represent freedom, you represent everything you must build, because you're now free from a system, from a society, from a people. And when you're free from a system, a society, and people, you must do and what you must do, which is build. So June 19th, which is Juneteenth, is the day that we must be building. We must be organizing. So next June 19th, next Juneteenth day, there should be no complaints ever again once we do this. We should never, ever have a complaint about the world if we organize for the next June 19th festival worldwide. I'm talking about, I want Africans in Africa to be celebrating on a higher level as well. I want this to be felt worldwide. This is reparation. This is freedom. And what freedom represents is warriors having fun, being free, making money, sharing love, spreading love, and supporting their children, building. And June 19th, folks, that's the mission I'm on now. Okay, folks? I just invited Umar as a gift, but that's the mission. So that's my quest, folks. Next June 19th, because I had complaints, and the women that came to my car, and they would just start talking to me, and they asked me, you know, what's this? And then I just felt bad. Two older ladies, I felt bad, and I was like, you know what, miss? No, this you're right. Let's go. I left my cart where it was, and I just walked. I wasn't even trying to make money that day. I was really organizing. And then I spoke to one of the guys, and I'm about to be part of a whole lot of stuff because, like I told you, I left Queens and there was some things that was on the table. And one of my people, he was running for office, but he didn't make it, but it's still on the table because the person now that's in charge of a situation is a person who knows me for like 12 years. And he introduced me. He said, nah, I know him. Nah, we good. Let's do this. So, young boy, too. So, we good. We about to do some major things. I have to really be camped out in New York. I have to be camped out in New York. The revolution will be televised, folks. All right, let me see what I gotta do now. Shit is real. It's really real, folks. I don't think y'all really know how real it is. So people want to laugh and say, oh, he's gonna use this to raise some money. This is what he must use to raise money. Because but he got to do it right. And the only way to do it right is the way I told you. Oh, I got money all over the place. Yeah, baby. See, I don't even say hit the cash up because, folks, me saying that is like, you know, if you do it if you want, it means that you're really doing it because of true love. If you support Icy Don 167, that's because you're really doing true love. Shout out to my man Slew. Shout out to my man Slew. When you do things like that, you do it straight from love and respect. Shout out. Shout out to anybody who send me a donation. Because, folks, when you give bread, I take it, I recycle it, I keep flipping so we can make sure that we have economics to show the people. So going back to what I was saying about me, what I represented for Juneteenth out there was freedom. I was a man that most of the people in that community know. They know I have my cart. They say, you still doing it? Yes, I'm still teaching kids that you yourself can be an entrepreneur. You yourself can grind. You yourself can build something. You yourself can become self-employed. You yourself. If we can't find a job, you create a job. And so that's what I showed them. That's what I showed them, folks. And that's what Juneteenth is. Showing our youth, showing our young people, showing our younger generation that we don't always have to resort to all negative things, to be balling, to have money, to do things. No, it's no begging here, but $ Icy Don 167 to support the cause. Right now, I'm gonna show you what stocks is about real quick. I have like 10 minutes because I gotta get to my school in 5. I'm gonna show you some products. Show you products. My family member is the watermelon man. So I got one product right here. And this is all for the youth, okay? Project Pick Me Up Youth Services. Watermelon. It's summertime. Water. 2 different products. 2 different products. I'm teaching right now. I'm a consultant. This is last time for free. We have our balloons. We have our candy. How many products is that so far? 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know who I am. See, this is what Juneteenth is. Teaching us how to build freely. How to build freely. Everything that we need is there, folks. We just need each other. Now, well, I'm going to say this again. Everything we need is there. We just need each other. Now, I was able to accomplish acquiring all this stuff. See my deep freezer loaded. I was able to accomplish all this stuff. And I need another deep freezer because I have to put my stuff somewhere else because I'm overloaded. But with your help and your support, we can do things bigger. But I was able to acquire this by myself. I was able to acquire all this by myself. Oh, pat on the back. Who gives a damn about that? I need help. I need support for the bigger picture so we can do the bigger things. So we can have the young people out there making all this money so we can be focused on bigger things. Icy Don not supposed to be focused on this right now. He's supposed to have a team of people. But it's hard when Icy Don is doing everything by himself. I'm not the one who's saying I want to do things by myself. I need your help. Dial sign Icy Don 167. Help the cause. Like I say, Icy Don is preparing for June 19th. Juneteenth. I'm in New York. I'm in Philly. Those are my cities. Okay, I'm in both cities now, so I want to make sure I do a festival in both cities. June 19th, I'm going to be in two cities at the same damn time, folks. I'm going to be in two cities at the same damn time. We fundraising. How are you going to be in city in two at the same damn time? Because we're going to have a helicopter. That's why. We fundraising. This is June 19th, June 19th, 2022. For June 19, 2023, we fundraising so we have that helicopter to get us around city to city so we can tour the June 19th festival that we created, folks. This is not no joke, folks. Get your minds right. You heard it first right here, Icy Don, and you're going to continuously hear me talk about this. Leonard Honor, like I told you, get off that coon shit, my dude. Shout out to you. Get off that coon shit. It's time to start talking about the real. Support the real. I come out to motherfucking Utah. You probably look at Juneteenth like you probably lead the people in joking. Shit like that. Shout out to everybody out there. Salute. Icy Dawn's out. Peace. Thank you for your listening, your support. Have a blessed day.